Good Saturday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly. It was about time. We finally got some snow in here. We had the moisture going into yesterday and this morning, and we had the cold air. Finally, cold enough, for lack of a better word, at all levels of the atmosphere where we saw everything switch over to snow late last night and especially into this morning. If you're curious as to what amounts the area got, if you were mainly from the Beta to Girard to Parsons, north and west of that line, didn't really see much, maybe a few flurries. Once you go south and east of that line, it was a dusting up to about an inch, and then in the darker shade of the blue, it was about 1 to 2 inches in general. Most of us, though, getting just around an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter. We're not quite done with snow chances just yet. We may have another quick shot moving in by your Christmas Eve morning, maybe a few other systems as we look on down the road. But for 7th and Range line, traffic from the east side of Joplin has finally decided to calm down as most shops are winding down for the night. I'm pretty sure they'll be back and at it before they close on Christmas Eve tomorrow. 22 to start this morning at the Joplin Regional Airport, and we only managed to go to 34 this afternoon, both numbers below normal for this time of the year. Before we saw the rain switch over to snow, we recorded about 0.06 of an inch of rain in the rain gauge. Then we got about that inch, maybe a little over just an inch of snow around Joplin. Last check of temperatures we had at 9:24, most spots sitting in the middle to upper 20s. A few spots still trying to hold on near 30. In general, though, it's another cold night, and it will stay cold despite mostly cloudy skies, rather, increasing as we go throughout the night. It was certainly quite a turn of events, especially how we had snow this morning. A break in the clouds this afternoon. Now the clouds are thickening back up once again ahead of our next system. Our last system we had, the one that got us the snow last night and this morning, well off to our northeast now. We have our next system bottling up some snow across Nebraska, northern parts of Kansas, and going back into northeastern Colorado around Denver. That system, the brunt of it, is still well off to our northwest from the northern plains and working through the Rocky Mountain Range. Even though it's a good distance away, this will be a fast mover. So we may have some more snow chances tonight, but it's going to be a pretty quick shot of snow chances. You can see here on the future track, another shot of snow during the overnight hours before we hit sunrise. And then once we hit about 9 o'clock to late tomorrow morning, it's out of here, and we'll eventually see some more sunshine break out of the clouds as we go into tomorrow afternoon. You're curious just to see how much we could get out of this next wave of snow. It's not looking like a big deal here. Most spots from Grand Lake northward and even from the Missouri-Arkansas state line northward, most of you a dusting to maybe an inch tops, although I think most spots will stay just under an inch of snow. It's not until you go from about the Harry Truman Reservoir and certainly well north of Stockton Lake, especially along the I-70 corridor as you work across Missouri, that is where you're going to see likely at least an inch of snow. And as you work closer, actually north of Kansas City, that's where they could find 1 to 3 inches of snow. Once that system passes by, we're cold to start your Christmas day, but we stay quiet for your Christmas day with the jet stream south of us. That means temperatures look to only top out in the middle to upper 30s. We keep things cold as we go through the middle of the week. See how that jet stream stays south? So that means 30s for highs for the middle of the week. Now, as we go into Thursday and into the upcoming weekend, that will be a time frame that we'll need to keep a close eye on, because starting on Thursday, one system will pass by this run of the future track once some snow chances to work on through, maybe a quick break on Friday before some more rain or snow chances work in by next Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, though, this far out, it is too early for us to say for sure how, where, and when these systems will track and pass on by. Ergo, it's too early to say what exactly we'll get out of those systems. All we can confidently say for now is we're going to keep an eye on Thursday through next Saturday, even that following Sunday on New Year's Eve, because that time frame could possibly bring in some more wintry weather our way. But it does look like we will stay cold as we wrap up 2016 and head into the new year come January 1st. Looking at the forecasting closer to tail for tonight and for your Sunday morning, the clouds will just stick at it, and that band of snow will pass on through. Some of you will, again, mainly get a dusting up to an inch In general, though, this is not looking like a big snow event by any means. Again, once we get into late Sunday morning, the snow's out of here, the snow chances at least, and then we'll see some sunshine break back out once again. But as long as the clouds stay at it for a good portion of the day, it's not going to be a big warm-up. 22 to start in the morning, 26 by noon. I'm only thinking 29 around Joplin. Some of you may be lucky if you can get to 30 degrees by Sunday afternoon. Going into Christmas Eve night, we will keep skies quiet and actually mostly clear, but it will be cold. So for those of you heading to any evening Christmas Eve masses, or certainly midnight mass, it is going to be cold as we go into Christmas Day. So definitely be sure you bundle up. And then your local travel on Christmas Day, it's fine. It's just going to be cold, again, for your Christmas Day, with partly to mostly sunny skies. Actually, maybe a little more cloud cover, but in general, we will see probably middle to upper 30s as we go into, let's say your Christmas Day. Most spots will be around 38. 35 for Tuesday, 33 on Wednesday. We keep things quiet overall after we get past our snow chances Sunday morning all the way through Wednesday. Then as we go toward next weekend, that's when we'll keep an eye on a few systems that could bring some winter weather our way. Regardless, it will stay cold as we go through much of next week. Have a good night. Have a great Sunday and a great Christmas Eve.